Today I'm doing a review. Alright, this is only like half of it. First I gotta take a shower because I stink! If you're gonna shoot videos, you should really be organized. Not like me. I don't like a bunch of pockets. I just throw everything in one big backpack. Whoa. That's some gorgeous afternoon sun there. This part, that part. Okay, so this is queso, like cheese. Queso. This is gonna be my quick, honest review of the Joby Gorillapod mobile rig. And I'm gonna talk to you about what I used to use before I got this, the reason that I got this and upgraded, and then kind of what I'm using now, which is a combination of both this thing and the old setup that I used to have. So I shoot a lot of stuff with my iPhone. I think iPhones are amazing, so capable, and I think they're very underutilized. If you really get into it, you can really make the footage look very close to stuff that's coming out of very expensive cameras. So let me show you the setup that I was using when I'm shooting with my phone, and I've used this setup for a really long time, and actually, I think this setup's just fine. But then I upgraded to this. I'm gonna just use my phone for a lot of the stuff that I create. And I know a lot of you guys are in the same boat, so hopefully this discussion about my setup can help you a little bit. So here's the setup that I was using with my iPhone. I was using this adapter made by Joby, which is an iPhone to, well, it's really any phone, to tripod adapter, and it doesn't have any hot shoe mounts or anything. And I use this in conjunction with my favorite small tripod, which is it's made by Manfrotto. I'm using it right now, but I think it's called the Pixie Mini Tripod. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'll put a link in the description to the one I'm talking about. But this is my favorite small tripod, and I've used it in conjunction with this for a really long time. This is what the setup looks like, kind of all put together here. It's so slick. It's very small, it's very handheld. You can stick it pretty much anywhere, but there is one problem with this setup. There is nowhere anywhere on this that I can mount something. And that's a problem because for almost everything that I create, I'm using a shotgun microphone or I'm using a wireless microphone like a lavalier microphone. So I need somewhere to mount that stuff. And what ended up happening when I was using this setup was that I was just hanging stuff off this neck. This is what I would have to do right here, is I would have to get the Velcro that I got from like my Comcast modem, which is actually really handy. But then I would just Velcro strap this around the receiver and then have to run it into my phone in this like really janky way, which actually works. It's not ideal by any means, but I rocked this setup for so long. But when I saw the mobile rig, I decided to switch it up and try something new. And now here's the new way. Since I got this thing in the mail, this is kind of the typical setup that I use. Now this thing is mounted, it's not going anywhere. And that is so nice to have. And then the other setup that I use is sometimes I'll switch this lav receiver out for the Rode VideoMic Pro. Now the great thing is I still have room to, if I want to, I can use one of these and the arm and I can run one of my lights. Here's it set up with one of my aperture lights on the extended, I don't even know what you call this, but on the arm here. And in the typical setup where I'm using a lav mic. And this is a really good setup. If I want to just flip everything around and I want to actually shoot forward instead of selfie style, all I'm doing is I'm just rotating this light facing the other direction. Just a matter of swapping it around. Sometimes the lights that I use, like this one's kind of heavy, so it will sag the arm if you have it too far out. So what I do in that situation is I just swap this to the main top hot shoe, and then I would put my wireless microphone receiver in the arm, and that gives me the ability to have the light mounted to kind of a more sturdy spot. I really do like this setup. I think it's a good tripod. I think it makes really good sense and it works really well if you're using your phone. And yeah, so I definitely do recommend it, but I want to talk about how I'm rocking the setup now, and just be honest with you. I like this tripod. I like this mini Pixie by Manfrotto better than I like dealing with this thing. This thing you could wrap around stuff. It's good for, you know, in those really odd situations when you have to like put your phone on a fence post or on the back of a chair or something. This is great for that. But every single day I'm using this thing, I just feel like I'm fighting it, and it's not near as much of a pleasure to work with as this thing. So I want to show you my current setup, how you can use the components of this thing and put them on this thing, and in my opinion, that's the best setup. Unscrew this. You're gonna use this with that. It is best of both worlds. Kind of dream setup for me for using my iPhone. My wireless microphone receiver mounted to the top of the Joby Gorillapod mobile head, which is actually called the Grip Tight Pro 2 head. So you can actually buy this separately from the Gorillapod mobile rig. If you just want this setup and you already have the Manfrotto, I recommend you do. But I like having both the Manfrotto Pixie and the Gorillapod mobile setup because I like the fact that I have the ability to switch this out if I really need to. If I really need this bottom, I've got it around. And you know, the added benefit as it comes with these arms. So this is my setup. This is what I'm rocking when I'm shooting stuff with my phone most of the time. I love it because it gives me a good spot to mount both my microphone setups, and if I really need to, I can run a light or anything else off of these arms right here. And I just love this tripod. This is the best, fastest, usable, in my opinion, small tripod there is on the planet. Links in the yes, dear?
It's dinner time.
It's dinner time.
Just pizza.
Pizza?
Yes.
I can't wait for that.
Pizza. Miss coming to you soon.
Okay, goodbye. This has been a quick and honest review. Expect a full comprehensive review coming out very shortly. I would definitely be holding my breath for that. One thing that sucks about using your phone all the time is that when people text you and you're trying to shoot a video, you're trying to do this, but you're trying to also do this. First world problems.